Barry, tell me how you expect the fight to go. You touched on your fighter being able to mix it and do basically anything he wants in the ring, but how do you expect the fight to go?
I expect it to be, more of a tactical fight early on, but I think, in the middle rounds, towards the end, I think it'll be down and dirty. I think it's going to get gritty in there.
So you reckon it will get to the later rounds then?
Oh yeah, I think it'll get to the later rounds. You like Amir said, both of these guys have the heart of a lion. I've seen both of them go down. I've seen both of them lose. I've seen both of them come back from the fight. Their walks are almost the same. And if you look at them in stature, they, pretty much similar. So one wants to keep the titles, and the other wants to take the titles. So, you have two people going for that one piece of steak, and I think it's going to get gritty down the stretch.
It is, as you mentioned, a defining moment for your fighter. We don't think negatively, but, can he come through this if he doesn't emerge victorious?
Oh, yeah.
And where does he go?
Definitely, I think that we're not even looking towards a loss. We've been there. We don't like that side of the fence, so therefore, anything short of that victory, man, is a loss to us, and, we're not going out like that.
Tell us how the camp's going to go.
Our camps are always brutal, in fact, they're legendary when it comes to preparing for a fight. Normally, Lamont, during off times from fights, Lamont trains straight through anyway, if not 45 minutes to an hour each day just to work on his craft, because you never know when you're going to get that call. So instead of always having to get ready, if you're already ready, you don't have to worry about that.
Tell me how you felt the Tim Bradley fight went from your point of view, and the pros and cons and things that were taken from that.
I think that's the one time that we had a psychological breakdown as far as strategies was concerned. Our strength in the fight business has always been the fact that I call the shots and Lamont deliver the shots. This is the first time that and I think it's because of the fight of that magnitude at that time, this is the first time that we ever had a disconnect where as though I call it and he didn't follow the fight plan. If you go back to the fight, you'll hear me talk to him in a corner and ask him, I told him, you're giving up every advantage that you have, your height, your reach, your ability to think in the ring. After he got knocked down, that's the first time I ever seen him take a punch personal like that. And he lost himself. But we went back, and what a lot of people don't understand is, because I don't call myself a coach or a trainer. I'm a teacher out of boxing, and Lamont has been a great student of boxing. A lot of times when you go into that fight, it's just like you in school. You study for your test, you cram for the test, but a lot of times you question yourself and ask yourself, am I ready? Did I study enough? Did I prepare enough? So you can overstudy, you can over-prepare. I told him that once you learn to master your mind, then you can master yourself, because it's the body that follows the mind and not the other way around. So, I think that's the biggest thing that he took away from that fight. And like I explained to one young lady here today, had he not went through that ordeal, then the loss is not always a bad thing, if you learn from it. And I think he's learned from it, and it showed in the Victor Ortiz fight, when he went down, and I saw that little thing in him that wanted to go and just flat out bang out with Victor, but he thought about it, got back on his jab, and from his jab opened up, and and the rest is history.
Is Amir the stiffest test that he's ever been in with? Will this be the biggest test?
I can't really say, because we've never faced him before in a situation like this. As far as, is it something different that we've never seen before? No, I wouldn't say that, because Lamont been all over the world fighting ever since he was 10 years old. And it's just like anything else. How many times do you need to see something before you get it down packed? So we've been in there with ex-world champions. You look at, been around William Joppy, Mark Two Shop Johnson, Riddick Bowe, the list go on and on. So I doubt very seriously if we see something that we have never seen before.
Tell us a little bit, this is my last question, tell us a little bit about that atmosphere that's gonna be I don't know, permeating in Washington, D.C. on the night. I mean, we know nothing about it if you haven't been. Tell me a little bit about it.
You haven't been to D.C.?
I haven't been to D.C.
Check out Georgetown when you get there, all right? And the new National Harbor. But D.C. is home. You know, I love DC. I'm gonna ride and die with her. The atmosphere is tremendous. The people are party type of people. You know, along with you guys, and you know, and DC is multicultural. It's a little bit everything in the city. So you know, it's something for everybody. And I'm quite sure, you know, you look at Amir's fight in Vegas, you know, and you guys come down there and support this man, and that's what I do love about the UK. And I like to say, on that note too, before I go any further, that I like to thank the people of UK for supporting us, because we had tremendous fanfare and fan base here in the UK ever since the boys been fighting. So, you know, I give a lot of thanks to the people in the UK. But on the flip side of that, of course, you know, DC is our fortress, you know, and we got to hold it down. And like the commercials say, we must protect that house. So we're going to have our fans there, and I'm quite sure that a lot of people, our boxing fans, will love to see Amir Khan come also. So I think it'll be great, man. I think it'll be a great night of fight, and I think it'll be one for the history books.
Thanks for your time, sir.
No, thank you.